For more than 4,500 years, there's one structure that has just completely captured our imagination, the Great Pyramid of Giza. I mean, it is an absolute masterpiece of engineering, the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. But the real question is, how was it built? And let me tell you, the answer is even more incredible than any of the myths.
And you know, we have to start with the biggest, most sensational theory out there. It's the one that grabs all the headlines, right? You've heard it, I've heard it a million times. Could this unbelievable structure really be the work of visitors from another planet?
These stories are everywhere, and they're pretty compelling. You've got the idea of aliens with super advanced technology. Then there are theories about it being some kind of ancient, mysterious power plant. And, of course, there's that grim picture we all have of countless slaves being worked to death under the hot Egyptian sun.
But you know, as fascinating as those stories are, we have to ask a different question. What happens when we actually turn away from all the speculation and just look at the hard evidence? What do the science and the artifacts that have been dug out of the sand really tell us?
So this really brings us to the core of what we're talking about today. We're going to put myth and reality side by side. Let's really break down what we think we know versus what the evidence actually shows us.
And this slide pretty much lays it all out. On one hand, you had these popular myths of aliens and secret power plants. But the reality? The reality is a story of human ingenuity and a sacred tomb. And that old story of slave labor, it's replaced by something far more impressive, a workforce of highly skilled and, get this, respected professionals.
See, the pyramid had a very specific and actually a very profound purpose. It was built way back around 2560 BCE to be the final resting place for the pharaoh Khufu. It was his grand tomb, his maqbara, a sacred vessel designed to protect his body and his soul for that long journey into the afterlife.
And the people who built this, they weren't slaves at all. They were skilled masons, expert laborers. Archaeologists have actually excavated their village nearby, and it shows they were highly respected professionals. We're talking evidence of a diet rich in protein, access to medical care, and proper housing. Their skill was, simply put, unmatched.
So of course, this leads us to the biggest question of all, right? If it was built by ordinary humans with the technology they had at the time, how in the world did they manage to create a literal mountain of stone without any modern cranes, heavy machinery, or even the wheel for transport?
Well, the answer lies in the true wonders of ancient engineering. And this, my friends, is where the story gets even more impressive.
The entire massive project, as monumental as it was, can really be broken down into two main challenges. First, you've got to figure out how to move stone blocks that weigh several tons each across the desert sand. And then second, you have to find a way to lift those same blocks hundreds of feet up into the air.
And their solution to the first problem is just pure genius. It was so simple but so incredibly effective. They used something called the wet sand technique. By pouring just the right amount of water onto the sand right in front of their transport sledges, they made the sand firm. This one simple act of physics cut the pulling friction in half. It literally made the impossible possible.
Okay, so what about the second challenge, lifting the stones? Well, all the evidence points to a really sophisticated system of ramps. Now, archaeologists still debate the exact setup. Some think it was a single, long ramp outside, while others believe it was a more efficient ramp that spiraled up inside the pyramid. But whatever the design was, it's clear they used a combination of ramps and levers to slowly, methodically raise every single massive block. And let's just pause for a second to really appreciate the scale we're talking about here. We're looking at an estimated 2.3 million individual stone blocks. Many of them weighed over 2 tons. That's about the same as a large car. And every single one was quarried, transported, and perfectly placed by hand.
And that incredible precision didn't just stop with stacking the blocks. The pyramid is aligned almost perfectly with the 4 cardinal points of the compass, a feat of accuracy that still baffles modern engineers today. It really says it all in this quote. Their perfect alignment with the world is still a mystery today.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? Well, the pyramid isn't just some pile of rocks or an ancient riddle. It is a true, enduring symbol of human greatness. When you really look at all the evidence, the real wonder of the Great Pyramid isn't some mystery from the stars. The truth is so much more inspiring. It's a powerful testament to human ingenuity, to our ability to collaborate, and to our incredible potential, achieved right here on Earth.
And that leaves us with one final thought-provoking question. If our ancestors, with simple tools, brilliant minds, and an unshakable vision, could achieve something this magnificent thousands of years ago, what are we, with all of our modern technology, truly capable of today?